Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a more of a visual representation of what I think the Picard TV series storyline will be. So let's begin and see, do you agree? So I'm going to start off with the arrival of Voyager. Voyager comes home. Yay! Good old Voyager. But with Voyager, we get upgraded weapons, armor, and of course, 7 of 9. Beautiful. The next event in the timeline will be, of course, Nemesis. This is, of course, the event where Picard is cloned and where Data dies. No! Why? Poor Data. The next event on the timeline is, of course, Romulus being destroyed by his son. And so that's Romulus. The Romulan Empire is done. So no more Romulan Empire. Bye bye Romulus. And somewhere between this stage and the future, I believe the Borg do. Oh, it's a terrible cube. The Borg attacks. And I believe they attack either because the Romulan Empire has fallen, so the fences in that sector are down, and they saw an opportunity to attack from a location which the Federation wouldn't be able to defend very well, or the Borg arrive in reaction to what Voyager did when they escaped from the Delta Quadrant. They destroyed the hub, or should I say the transit hub. Oh my god. So when Voyager destroyed the transit hub and killed one of their queens, I'm speculating the Borg weren't too pleased with that, and they either followed Voyager back to the Alpha Quadrant to get revenge, or they took an opportunity when the Romulan Empire fell to attack. But of course, I think, based on the trailer, the Borg failed. And this is probably primarily down once again to Voyager, because Voyager came back with future weapons and armor, and of course 7 of 9, and this armor and weapons came of course from the future Janeway, and well, these weapons were designed to destroy the Borg well into the future, so the Borg in the present day wouldn't stand a chance. And this brings us up primarily to what we see in the trailer of the Borg, or should I say the Borg survivors. Well, let's bring it up a bit more. The Borg survivors being imprisoned. Sad face. Poor Borg. Now it's during this period of time, I imagine, true to the nature of the Federation, they will try to slowly, and I mean slowly, convert the Borg back into humans or whatever species they were. So, happy face. Yay! So, Klingon Borg will become Klingon again, human Borg will become human again. And so I think this is a very slow process. Now, I think during this slow process, either Section 31 or the Romulans have started to experiment on the drones. Now, this is either because I am speculating here. Section 31 are afraid of a future attack by the Borg, so they're trying to somehow control the Borg that they've currently got captured before they get converted and make them into a nice weapon with the remaining cubes. Or the Romulans, true to their nature, are trying to blame the Federation or the Vulcans or somebody for the destruction of Romulus. So it's either one of these two people or it's them together. What? Not the Romulans and Section 31? But who knows? Who knows? And this is where we have our main protagonist come in. Dahj. And eventually, hopefully, Picard. Now, Dahj, of course, she's the main mystery of the series. We don't know who she is. That's the problem. We don't know who Dahj is, but we do know she has some relation to the Borg. We just know this. It seems like the more plausible explanation, especially since 7 of 9 is involved with Picard in the scene when you watch the trailer. So we can speculate that Dahj is somehow related to the Borg. Now, based on this and the more popular theories which I've seen online, most people believe that Dahj is perhaps a Borg queen. Maybe. Who knows? She could also be the daughter of Picard. Who knows? However, I have a few theories that might, I think, will make sense. If indeed Section 31 and the Romulans, or either one or both, are trying to control the remaining drones for whatever given reason, revenge or to survive an impending attack from a future Borg invasion, perhaps they have, just like in Nemesis, cloned Dahj from perhaps a dead queen or from some DNA they found on a Borg ship to control the remaining Borg drones. Now also, it could fall into the idea that she was, well, not grown, but was already a baby on one of the cubes. Because we've seen baby drones or babies on the actual ships. In Next Generation we've seen them, and in Voyager we've seen them. We know for a fact that the Borg take very young children because of 7 of 9. 7 of 9. So she could be very like 7 of 9 in some respects. Perhaps a younger version or a younger equivalent of 7 of 9, who was maybe a candidate for a queen. Because the Queen Borg always referred to 7 of 9 as being special, but she never really implied what that really meant overall, just that she was unique. But that could also mean that she herself was actually a candidate to be a queen. But, you know, Janeway took care of that and saved her before that process happened. Who knows? But Dahj, she seems to have some relation to the Borg, and she seems to have a memory of Picard, even though she's never met Picard. So that implies that she has either implanted memories or inherited memories. Implanted memories, of course, will come from, I imagine, Section 31 or Romulans who cloned her to make her into a queen to control the drones, or they were inherited memories because she was already a candidate for a Borg queen on one of the Borg ships, and it's just merely what they do. They inherit the memories of the Borg queen. Or was it a simple case that she was a young baby that was taken when a mother was assimilated, and by default she inherited the memories of the collective, just like Seven of Nine. But from what I can see, pre-implants, so she has no actual physical implants like Seven of Nine, so we can assume she's not exactly like Seven of Nine. I guess also one thing that did kind of sing quite loudly to me in the trailer was the bruise on her head. Now, this would imply to me that perhaps an experiment was carried out. Which would imply that she was mature enough or had grown enough to control drones. But someone rescued her, or someone interrupted the experiment, and whatever happened, the bruise was an effect or an injury she got from being pulled from this machine or something like that. We do know that based on the future Janeway, they had the technology to control their ships and to even interface with the collective using an implant. So one can imply, based on that implant technology brought back to the past, they have somehow tried to graft this technology naturally into a clone or into a potential queen, so they can control her and, control the Borg drones in the end. And there's also a lot of speculation implying that, she's somehow the daughter of Picard. I'm not really sure how that's even possible in respect of the brief time that he spent with the Borg as a drone or as Locutus. So it's hard to believe that's the case, although who knows if his genetic template was taken and somehow converted into a fetus type Borg and was somehow taken off ship before the destruction of the cube that he was on. But I when I review most of this, I find some very similar, should I say, there's a lot of similarities to another character from another science fiction. That would be River Tannen from Firefly. Because during the trailer we see Dahj fight, which implies somewhat a level of training, either by the Romulans, it seems like the Romulans, maybe Section 31, and trained to a point where she's like a weapon. I was hoping it wouldn't be like that. It wouldn't be like the whole River Tannen thing, where she's implanted with memories and she has powers now, and now she's able to fight people. But it feels like it's going down that route in certain respects, and it is a very popular character for a female protagonist to have. It's what kind of happens now in a lot of TV shows. Either way, it'll work. So yeah, based on my scribbles, you can see that it's a very straightforward storyline if that's what they're going for. And in many respects, I hope they sort of go for the straight and narrow, the simple story, because when they try to overcomplicate things, time travel somehow happens, and we don't want any more time travel. Thank you, Discovery. Go away, Discovery. Discovery, no one likes you. So I'm hoping it's the case. It's going to follow this very strict timeline in respect of Voyager returning, Nemesis, the destruction of Romulus, the Borg's attack, primarily based on the fall of the Romulus Empire, or because in retaliation to Voyager destroying their transit hub and killing their queen, which leads to the Borg being imprisoned, and then the Federation trying to convert them back to human or to whatever species that they were. And in the meantime, someone is experimenting on the Borg, probably Section 31, because they were mentioned in many other rumors in respect to the series, or maybe the Romulans because they want to get revenge on the Federation, or the Vulcans for the destruction of Romulus. And in the meantime, they've either grown someone who can be used as a queen, or they found a baby that was a candidate to be a queen, or maybe she was a child drone that was converted back to being human, and somehow she mutated into the potential queen. I don't know. Or perhaps she is just a clone with implanted memories, with secrets, just like River Tannen from Firefly, and they gotta get to the girl because she has the secret, or she's the key to unlocking the ability to make a queen, to control the Borg, or something like that. It's hard to know, but I think following that somewhat basic storyline, I think you can get a decent series out of this, or a decent one, season 1 anyway. I know there's a lot of cameos and stuff from, Data, Riker, Troy, but these are just mostly just for us to be baited in to watch the series, although Picard would have done that by himself. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Data. I'm not sure what they'll do with Riker and Troy. Who knows? I imagine they'll be used like they've been used in other things before. Whenever there was like a future projection, they'll be used just to kind of help out Picard, so he can ask them for a favor in the future, because Picard needs a ship, and then Riker is like a very important person now, so he can give him like an old ship or something. Who knows? I'm not going to speculate into who the crew of the ship Picard will have, who they will be. I don't know. I imagine they'll be the standard crew, covering all the stereotypes, and will tick all the boxes in respect of what the crew should be: funny, sad, angry, revengeful, addictions, all that stuff. But primarily all we care about is Picard. Hello, Picard. And hopefully he's in more than one season, and I hope the series lasts more than one season. But this has been my layout in respect of what I think could the potential storyline be. I think it'd be interesting. It's been somewhat done before. The classic one of, someone's been given the power to control an army or some kind of force, and the people who created her lost her. The hero shows up. He doesn't want to be the hero, but he ends up being the hero anyway, and he has to protect the girl, save the girl, or get her to that location so she can complete her destiny, or stop that horrible event from happening. Who knows? But either viable outcome, the series will be probably decent. So yeah, that's my take on the storyline. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it has sparked some imagination for you as well. Maybe you'll come up with something better than this. And if you do, please let me know in the comments. If you like my videos, if you want to see more of this, well, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, say hello, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.